So question 1, write down the name of this shape. So this shape is a kite, K-I-T. Pretty straightforward. Second question, how many lines of symmetry? It has one line of symmetry. Now normally you'd also be asked to draw the line of symmetry, and you would take a ruler and you would draw it top to bottom, okay? What is the area of this shape? So for this shape, it's quite nice because you have square centimeters. So just use the squares. You've got one, count the full squares first. 6 full squares. Then these two here would make 7. This little piece would go in here. That would make 8. This little piece would go in here. That would make 9. Same over here, and that will make 10. These two pieces will go together, and that will make 11. And then finally these two halves would make 12. 12 full squares fitting inside the shape. So the area you write as 12. That's not the full answer. You have to write CM2 because it told you it is drawn in square centimeters. Okay. You would lose a full mark for not writing CM2 in that kind of question. So make sure you write your unit. Question 2. The temperature in some cities is shown in the table. So you've got all these different temperatures. List the temperatures in ascending order. It means start at the bottom and go up to the top. So the lowest temperature is -11. So it goes first. Then you'll have -8. Then you'll have -6, -3, and -1. Ascending order means going from bottom, the lowest, to the highest. How much warmer is Moscow than Helsinki? Moscow is -8. Helsinki is -11. For those of you who have been watching Money Heist, you'll recognise those names. There's Stockholm as well. Anyway, this question, how much warmer is Moscow than Helsinki? So it's 3 degrees warmer. If you think about your number line, there's 3 numbers, 3 degrees between -8 and -11. What is the difference in temperature between Helsinki and Stockholm? So Helsinki is -11, Stockholm is -1. How many degrees is there between the two of these? There is 10. Okay. Next question. Question 3, we have a graph, 2 points on the graph. What are the coordinates of the midpoints? There's 2 ways you can go with this. We'll do with the coordinates first. Q is 1, 4. Let's write that down. P is -3, 0. So one of the things people do is they will join up the 2 points. Really should use a ruler, can't find my ruler. So you could just join up the 2 points with a ruler, and that's not a great line. Anyway, the middle between these 2 points is going to be here, and if I'd used a ruler, it would have gone through there. I'm just going to draw that properly. Okay, you can see that that's the midpoint. Okay. -1, 2. The other way you can do it is you can use the points. Remember, you add the x's, so that's -3 and 1 makes -2, and divide in half, you get the -1 that we already had. Then you would add 0 and 4 and get 4, divide by 2. Gives us our 2. There's the point. -1, 2. Either do this working out or use a ruler and do it properly, and you still get the same answer. Middle point between the 2 points. Work out the size of this angle x. Well, this is a full turn, so 360. Take away the 75. leaves you 360, take away 75, leaves you with 275. No, 85, 360, take away 25, 285. So X, this angle, this big reflex angle, is 285 degrees. Question 5. Circle the name of the quadrilateral with rotational symmetry of order 2. Parallelogram. Okay, remember, square is 4, kite is 1, trapezium is 1, parallelogram is 2. No lines of symmetry, but it does have rotational. Look at the box below. How many centimeter cubes? So it's basically asking you for the volume. So you say 4 times 6 times 3 is 72 cubes. Could write CM3. What is the perimeter of the top face of the box? So let's look at the top face of the box. The top face is a rectangle which measures 6 across and 3 down. So let's draw that rectangle. Perimeter means the distance around, okay, from start back round to the start. So the perimeter of that rectangle is 6, add 3, add 6, add 3. And when you add those all together, get 18 centimeters. Don't forget the centimeter bit, okay? And it's a perimeter, so it's just centimeters. Okay, question 7. I think this is quite a long one, isn't it? 80 TV customers were asked whether they had subscription for cable, cinema, cable box sets, or cable sports. 7 had subscriptions to all 3. 11 had cable box sets and cable sports, but not cable cinema. So on. Okay, so let's start with the 7. The 7 is going to go in the center. We know that's where all 3 would go. The second sentence. 11 had cable box sets and sports, but not the cinema. Could you turn that on? Cable box sets and sport is this one. So the 11 goes in there because it doesn't include the 7 people that had cinema. Next one, 14 had cable box sets and cinema, but not the sports. Cable box sets and cinema, but not the sports. What are you doing? Is this bit here? So that's 14. And 11 had cable cinema and cable sports. So cable cinema and cable sports is this whole shape. And this is 11, but it also includes these 7s. So that means there's only 4 in there. Okay. Right, so back up to the top then. So that's all we have. So there's no more information. I think I've left out part of that question. That was all you had to, that was all you could do with that. I'll come back to that another day. We'll go on to the next question. Question 8. So you have triangle, it's an isosceles triangle, and the top is 70. And you know, these two bottom ones are going to be the same. So PQR is an isosceles triangle. And that's straight line at the bottom. Work out the size of angle marked X. So your triangle, you know, adds up to 180. Take away the 70 at the top, leaves 110. This one and this one I'm shading in are both then 55. So X is 55 is the first answer. Then, doesn't ask you to work out Y. Normally you'd be asked to work out Y as well. Y is going to be 180, take away 55, it's 125. Jack asked 10 students how they travel to school. He said bus, walk, bus, bus, cycle, walk, walk, car, cycle, walk. Which way is the mode? So you just look for the most popular. The most popular is walk. What percentage of students cycle to school? Well, you have 10 students. So first of all, you write the fraction over 10. Cycling to school is 1, 2, just 2 out of 10. Times that by 100 to make a percentage, 20%. Question 10. Plumber works on a job for 3 hours. His call-out charge is £30. Use this formula to calculate the cost of the job. It's number of hours worked times 15 plus the call-out charge. So he works for 3 hours. So the number of hours is 3, then times 15, then add on £30. So 3 times 15 is this part, then add on the 30. So 3 15s are 45, add the 30 is £75. How much does the plumber charge per hour? Well, if you look at his formula, the number of hours worked times 15. So every time he works, he gets another £15. So his charge per hour is £15. I'm going to have another look at the Venn diagram. I feel like I have left out a bit of the question. So I'll have another look at it and come back to you with that. But have a look at those answers.